We have footage of rescue efforts at the devastated building and photographs from around the region. Why tenemos cobertura en español aquí. Hurricane Maria, now a Category 3 storm, is expected to pass north of the Dominican Republic today. Here's a map of its projected path. The storm pummeled Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands with winds up to 155 miles an hour on Wednesday, knocking out electricity and causing flash floods and mudslides. On the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, President Trump is asking allies to toughen the Iran nuclear deal, despite having called the agreement an embarrassment and threatened to scrap it. Our correspondent notes that Trump's tough talk on Tehran could hurt his chances of peacefully disarming North Korea. After Trump called the North's leader Rocket Man, the country's top envoy likened the American president to a dog barking. In today's show, we discuss the Republican push for a vote to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Listen on a computer, an iOS device or an Android device. The Federal Reserve is setting the stage for a December rate increase. The Securities and Exchange Commission was a victim of a hacking that could exploit private information for trading purposes. Google, seeking hardware expertise, is buying HTC Corporation's engineering and design teams for $1.1 billion. Equifax linked to a fake website a software engineer created to draw attention to security lapses. U.S. stocks were mixed on Wednesday. Here's a snapshot of global markets. Tips, both new and old, for a more fulfilling life. Working from home can be beneficial to you and your employer. There are non-drug, non-invasive treatments to help manage pain. Recipe of the day: try a sweet and spicy roast chicken with a chili, honey, and citrus marinade. In today's 360 video, enjoy the sights and sounds of the Spanish capital. Facebook said it would change how its targeted ads work after reports that some were directed at people who described themselves as Jew haters. Star Trek Discovery, the franchise's first new series in 12 years, is set a decade before the adventures of the original Enterprise crew. It starts on Sunday on CBS. We'll also take a look at the new Terminator film, led by Linda Hamilton's groundbreaking action heroine. Sea turtle numbers appear to be increasing after historical declines, a rare conservation success story. Jake LaMotta was a boxing champion who inspired the movie Raging Bull. He was 95. Lillian Ross, an acclaimed reporter for The New Yorker, died at 99. Jimmy Kimmel refused to back down from his attacks on Senator Bill Cassidy. There are no pill parties happening in preschools. These kids aren't making a choice because they are trying to get high on a substance. Jennifer Plum, who works at an emergency room in Utah, blaming the rising number of child deaths from opioid overdoses on the widespread availability of the drugs. Its first moniker, Valley of the Heart's Delight, referred to the California region's natural beauty and fruit orchards. By the second half of the 20th century, as its predominant industry shifted to silicon-based semiconductors, it became known as Silicon Valley. Though there remains some debate over who exactly coined the term, it was popularized when Don Hoefler adopted it in 1971 as the title of his column in an electronics trade publication. The Santa Clara Valley has since become synonymous with the tech giants who have their headquarters there, including three of the world's largest: Apple, Facebook, and Alphabet, Google's parent. In fact, it's become tantamount to the U.S. tech industry at large, just as Tin Pan Alley in Manhattan came to stand for the U. S. popular music industry of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. As the industry grew, so did the number of places vying for similar high-tech status: Silicon Alley in New York, Silicon Beach in Los Angeles, and Santa Monica, Calif. And the Silicon Beltway in Washington, to name a few. And among those farther afield: Silicon Wadi in Israel, Silicon Mountain in Cameroon, Silicon Valley in Santiago, the Silicon Roundabout in London, and Silicon Sentier in Paris. Your morning briefing is published weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern and updated all morning. Browse through past briefings here. If photographs appear out of order, please download the updated New York Times app from iTunes or Google Play. What would you like to see here? Contact us at briefing@nitums.com. You can sign up here to get the briefing delivered to your inbox. Check out our full range of free newsletters here.